Hi! So, when I first moved to Japan with my husband, I was really curious what our living situation would be like. So now that we're here, I thought I'd give you a house tour. So this is our house in Nakatsu City in Oita Prefecture, Japan. Okay, so this is our street. It's nice and cool out here right now. It's September. We're actually supposed to get a typhoon tonight. So it's nice and rainy and windy. That's an udon shop down across the way. Okay, and here's our front door. So this is our genkan. You do not wear your shoes in the house in Japan, so we put all of our shoes right here, arranged neatly. They totally always look like that. I definitely didn't do that just for the video. And we've got our coats. So you just take off your shoes here and you step up into the house. So this is our kitchen. We have a pretty nice big kitchen. And this is our refrigerator. Our refrigerator's quite a bit smaller than the one we had in the States, so it gets a bit cluttered in there. We've got our little purikura pictures that we've taken with friends. And this is our rice cooker. It's really handy. It cooks rice perfectly every time with no effort. I really love it. And then over here, we don't have an American-sized oven, but we do have a little toaster oven type thing, an electric oven. John's actually making sweet potatoes in there right now. And then down here we have a denshi renji. I do not really know how to use this completely. It has a microwave function that I do know how to use, but then it also has some other functions. I think a convection oven and some other things that I don't know how to use yet. It's still kind of a mystery. And then this is our dishwasher. So you just open it like that. Just clean dishes inside. And our sink. And this is our stove. It's just like a 2-eye hot plate situation that's hooked up to the gas right here. And then this is actually just got washed, so it's drying right now, but this is the drawer that goes in here, and it's just a nice broiler drawer. Really good for meat and fish. And you can see we have quite a few trash cans. We've got 5 trash cans. And that's because in Japan, they're pretty strict about recycling and sorting your garbage. So over here, we actually have a color-coded list, the different garbage categories and what kinds of things can go in each category. And then we have a calendar here that shows what days they pick up which categories of garbage. So burnable garbage, which a lot of different things can go in, they pick that up twice a week. But some of the other categories, they only pick up once a month or once every 2 weeks. So we actually just missed Plastic Bottle Day. So we're going to be buried in plastic bottles for another 2 weeks until they come again. So it's important to pay attention to what days they pick up what garbage. And we've got some Gundams over here. Okay, and just over here we have our little sink and mirror nook where we keep our toiletries and our toothbrushes and everything. And then the toilet is actually in a separate room, which is pretty convenient. This used to be a sink, I think, but it's not functional now. And this is our toilet. It's just a basic toilet. It's not one of the fancy washlet toilets that has the bidet and the noisemaker, but those are pretty common in newer Japanese houses. And you can see on here there's two kinds of flush. You flush up for a big flush or down for a small flush. Okay, and then over here, this is our washing machine. We do not have a dryer, just a washing machine. So you can see that inside we have different contraptions to hang dry our clothes. We don't have a porch space really, so we usually just hang them in the living room. And this is our shower room. It looks filthy, but we have scrubbed it quite a few times. It's moldy. There's kind of mold embedded in the paint because it's so humid here. But this room is actually really nice because you can just step in and you've got the whole room, like a whole big steam room to shower. We've got a mirror. Oh my god, it looks like a horror movie set. So we've got a mirror here where John can shave, and we brush our teeth in here in the winter when we don't want to be out in the rest of the house very long. So yeah, it's kind of nice having this. There's a drain on the floor. It's nice having this big shower room, and it has a tub here that we don't really use, but good to know it's there if we ever want it. And this is a little cloth scroll sumo picture. One of my principals at one of my schools got me this when he went to a sumo match. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the living room. So this is where we spend most of our time, I'd say. So it's dark already, but out there, that overlooks our neighbor's garden. It's a really nice view, but not a lot of privacy, so we usually leave that door closed. And these doors, this is paper, so we have torn it already, just kind of running into it. It's pretty delicate. This is another little cloth scroll that my friend Rachel bought me when I moved to Japan. Our area is famous for its onsen, its natural hot springs, so these are cats chilling in an onsen. Pretty cute. We have our books here. This is a detail of the house that I really love. It's got this really nice wood carving at the top of it here, dividing these two rooms. It's a really nice landscape scene. And then you can see all of our, these are my husband's gachapon capsule toy Gundams. So we've got a nice little collection of Gundams here. And this is the bedroom area over here. So you can see this is kind of all one big room, but these are sliding doors, so you can slide these. And divide these two rooms. But we usually like to leave these open so that it's just all one big room. This is we keep our TV and PlayStation on this little rolly thing here so that we can move it from room to room. It's nice in a smaller space. This is the desk. We sleep on a futon, so that's our futon. So we roll this out and then roll it back up when we're finished. Some people put them up in the closet, but we don't bother. We just kind of keep it right here. So these houses, well, this house, and I think a lot of Japanese houses, aren't very insulated. So the temperature in here right now feels really nice. It's September. It's nice and cool. But in the winter and in the summer, it gets pretty hot and pretty cold in here. And in this house, we only have this one air conditioning unit up here. So that takes care of all of our heating and cooling, except for in winter we do also pull out some space heaters, and some people use additional kerosene heaters around the house. So there's not really central heating and air here like there is in the States. So in the winter we usually close these sliding doors and bring our bed into this one little room that has the aircon in it, and that's kind of where we live. But right now we can kind of enjoy the whole house. The temperature is nice in here. And you'll see that our floors are tatami. And tatami, it's nice to look at, and it's really comfortable to sit on. And for sleeping on the futon, it's much more comfortable than, say, a hardwood floor. But it's a little bit finicky. You have to be careful not to spill anything on it or get it wet. We have to be careful to always roll up our futon, because if you leave your futon spread out on the tatami for too long, you can get a big spot of mold on your tatami from the moisture. It's very humid. And last summer we actually had a problem with mites in our tatami. I mean, it is just woven grass essentially, so you can get mites in it. They're called dani. So last summer we were waking up with bites on our bodies, and we had to do a mite treatment. And you use kind of it has a spray bottle with a needle in the nozzle, and so you poke that needle into the tatami at various spots on the tatami and spray the treatment into the mat. So we had to deal with that last summer. It was kind of a pain, but we haven't had a problem since, so it's been okay for the most part. Oh, and something else I want to show you. It's very, very humid here. So you can see in this closet, we keep, well, in all of our closets that close, you can get these little things at the dollar store. This container was filled with these kind of white microbeads, and their purpose is to suck the moisture out of the air so that your clothes and your towels don't mold and don't get too soured or musty, because especially inside these closets it's really humid. So you can see this one is old and it's completely filled with water. We need to get a new one. So this is all moisture that's been sucked out of the air in our closets. And so, yeah, so we live, my husband and I, we live in a full house. So we've got a decent amount of space. We live in kind of a smaller suburban city. So I think some of the jet teachers who are placed in larger cities probably have a lot smaller apartments. But since we're in a little bit more rural area, we've got kind of a lot of space. And since we're a couple, I think they gave us this larger space. And our rent is, I don't think it's subsidized by the school, and we pay around 43,000 yen a month. So that's the equivalent of about $430 a month, roughly. So a lot cheaper than the rent we were paying in Chicago. for a 1-bedroom apartment. So yes, this is our house in Japan. It's pretty nice. Okay, so that is the end of the tour. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the house tour. And if you have any questions about our house or about living in Japan, please feel free, send me a message. Bye!